Good evening, Aries. Welcome to Kiki's Doorway. Let's find out what your past life wants you to know for July 12th to July 18th, 2018. But before we do that, I have to do a huge shout out to Kiki's Doorway Star Power Warriors subscribers. So let me do that first, okay? Miss Williams, Ubliminum, the 305 Goddess, Miss Wise, Miss Duell, Mr. Ibrahim, Miss Polar, Miss Hello Kick Girl for Life, Miss Armstrong, Miss Kimberly, Sacred Weistens, Nicole Matthew, Perry Asiri, Himani Das, Unk Dis, Teresa Manor, Ray Shower, Sylvia Candia, Mr. Aldana, Miss Saloon, Nabil, Miss Asim, Mr. Magia, Miss Sean, Mr. Sims, Miss Tabby, Amanda Smith, Shirley Danianis, Rena Harris, Linda Mickey 0509, Miss Tori, Miss Latori, Heaven Lovecat, Bernadette Perglaris, and Eyes of Capricorn. Hey, what's up, Kikis? Star Power Warriors, what's good? Ooh, how you doing? To all the Kiki's Doorway viewers, thank you for walking through the door towards Akashi Records with me. It is an honor. And I feel truly blessed and honored to connect with you guys, and you guys connect with me. And to the path. So without further ado, let's get it, Aries. Now, I know y'all turn y'all phobias on July 4th to July 12th into fortune, right? To that abundance, like I know. Rah! Put that stank on there. Put that fire on there, baby. All right, so let's see. What's your next step? God, Gaia, God, Goddess, Mother, Father. What does Aries past life want them to connect to on July 12th to July 18th? What does Aries past life want them to connect to? Okay. What actions will Aries take on July 12th to July 18th, 2018? Okay. You have a lot. Okay. Well, you have a lot on your plate, so I can see that. All right. You had to do a lot of work. So what does your past life want you to reconnect to? All right. Okay. In your past life, Aries, Mr. Mrs Aries, you were authority figure. You held great counsel for civilization, for humanity. You set things right in the actions you knew needed to be taken to have people in community be well taken care of. Aries, Mr. Mrs Aries, you are a powerful authority figure even in the now. That's what your past life wants you to know. In the past, yes, you were authority figure. I wouldn't be surprised if you were pharaohs, kings and queens. Now in this life, it wants you to reconnect to that pharaoh side of yourself, to that king side of yourself, to that king, queen side of yourself in your way. So let's see what Doreen Virtue says about authority figures for Mr. Mrs Aries. In your previous and current lifetimes, you followed rules that were set down by authority figures such as parents and teachers. Well, that's how we learn. So when you became that authority figure, you knew exactly what principles, exactly what amount of emotions, what amount of mental clarity that you needed. You may have also encountered intimidating or even cruel authority figures in the past. Perhaps you found yourself in the presence of those who were power hungry or abusive. These situations can lead you to fear authority figures and succumb to their will in the present. That would explain why in July 4th to July 11th, why your past life wanted you to know about your phobias, because since you already conquered and healed what causes you to have phobias and fears, now you see that in truth, the reason why you had those phobias and fears in the first place is because you are an authority figure. And in your past, you did have people that challenged that or intimidated you to even not become a leader. So in this life, you cannot back down. You have to rise up. Rise up. Because you have what it takes to be an authority figure. You are the firstborn in the zodiac. You are the first trailblazers. You are the ones to set fire to the earth to bring more abundance. You know exactly the amount of wrath and amount of humbleness and amount of integrity that you need in any situation. Okay? Let's continue. While it's normal to sometimes be intimidated by powerful individuals, fearing authority figures can lead to unhealthy passivity. I know too much about that passive aggressiveness. You can't do that. I'm a Taurus and I'm in the second house of value. I could do that at moments because, I'm trying to see how I could get that coin if I gotta be passive. But you, Aries, Mr. Miss Aries, passivity does not work for you, because deep down you know what you know is true. You know what you know is right, or else the actions that you take, what you would not do. Every move you make, every step you take. Why am I thinking about the police? I'll be watching you. See, even the group police even knew to put that as the title because they want to show authority. And it's funny that the lead singer of the police background family were chief and police officers. So there's a little twist to that story, isn't it? All right. For example, you may feel pressure to bow to another's rules without standing up for your rights. Or you may develop conflict phobias. Yeah, and see, since you already addressed your phobias, now when it comes time to, when you have conflict with authority figures, you know exactly the amount of fire, the exactly amount of intuition to use to become victorious in any given situation. You may develop conflict phobias in which you negate your own needs in order to avoid arguments and disharmony. You can't do that anymore, Aries. In some cases, this can lead to a form of depression called learned helplessness, in which you don't even try to improve your life. It's not that you don't want to try to improve your life. You feel that when you conflict with others that you must be wrong, because what do they say about Aries? Oh, y'all selfish, y'all always think about yourselves, y'all always a go-getter. Well, if y'all were so selfish, why would people be around y'all? So obviously you're not selfish. They're saying when it comes to what they need from you, you might not give them. Does not equate to selfish. That just means you have a thing called boundaries and integrity. And if they wanted something from you, they know exactly what to do because you already put it in motion. So now watching out with people's wording and how they word you will make you see, oh, I know what your real intentions are, so I know how to handle you accordingly. All right. To heal the situation, fill yourself with self-love and self-esteem. See yourself as being whole and healed. Oftentimes, just remembering past life details will lead to clearing and healing. Like I said, Aries, your past life, you are the pharaohs. You were the rulers. You were the architect. You were the spiritual councils. You were the people to help connect the elements together in a playful manner for humanity to survive. For the Scorpios to know how to initiate that through their spiritual practices. You are already whole. That's why you're the firstborn in the zodiac. That's why, as a firstborn in my family, I can tell you, we gotta know exactly what it is to survive in any aspect. So Aries, you have that same ability. Learn it, live it, love it. Love that you an Aries. Ra. You are Ra. You are Anubis. You are Ma'at. You are the sun bearer. You are powerful in every way. You are that one-seater. You are that one house. And if people want to come into your house, then they got to abide by your rules. If they can't, they could get out your car. Matter of fact, they can't even fit in your car because it's a one-seater. If they can't sit on your lap, then they need to get off. If they can't come into your house and it's a studio or a one-bedroom apartment and they can't respect you and your casa, your house, then they need to go. Even in your life, whatever you set as boundaries, whatever you have as self-worth and self-love principles, if people do not respect it, you know what, they gotta go. Howdy. Let's see, Aries, what actions you will take on July 12th to July 18th. Page of Air. So, of course, you should start off with the Page of Air, Aries, because you are all fire. But now you're going to start using your communicating skills. When it comes time to setting boundaries, having integrity about yourself, and knowing your self-worth and your self-love of self, you will start to become more logical. With that logic, Aries, you will do the things that you know in your heart to be true. You will start to be more honest, impulsive, and curious, because an Aries is all these things. But now you get to do that in a communicating way. You have the Sword of Justice. You have the animal totems of the lion, the Leo, and the wolf. And the what? And you got the unicorn too? Oh, wow. So you have 3 powerful animal totems. You have the lion, you have the wolf, and you have the unicorn. Aries, when you get a chance, I'm telling you, YouTube and Google animal totems, wolf, lion, and dragon. These will be your spirit guides to help you on how to demonstrate and emulate the authority figure within you. The next action you will take is the 3 of fire. You're using, yes, your fire element in a 30-degree way. You're combining Aries, you're combining that air again, but you're using 30 degrees of fire instead, because you are naturally fire, yes, but now that you have matured, now that you know that you're an authority figure, you know how to balance out your fire. So in this situation that's coming up, July 12th to July 18th, only requires 3/4 of your fire. See the dragon again, but this time it's a rainbow. Well, you have a unicorn and a dragon. Look at that. 4 now. 4 animal totems. Rainbow dragon, unicorn, lion, and wolf. Abundance. Things look very good. Have patience at this time. Make long-term goals. Now that you know your authority figure, now that you know what your boundaries are, now that you know what your self-worth is, now that you know the way that you want to exude integrity, abundance is coming to you. Things will and are looking good. Have patience, because you just started this on July 4th to July 11th. So now on July 12th to July 18th, you're implementing everything that you learned about your phobias that you now turn into abundance. You start to see that it's connected to your authority figure side of yourself, because you are a boss in the making. You are a leader in the making. Since you know that of yourself, now you're going to be using that communicating side of yourself. You're going to show how to use authority in your life. Challenging information, delays, or changes to plans. Yes, when you set in motion your authority in the way you want to plan out your life, it will be a challenge, because now when we say to ourselves, now I'm an authority figure, now I see myself as a boss, now I see myself as a leader, now people, places, and things are going to come to you to challenge that, to see if you are ready, if you do really believe in that. Changes and delays of plans. This will happen. When this happens, truth delivered without tact. That would explain why you had to have boundaries, why you had to have rules to people being connected to you, working with you, loving you, respecting you. Make those long-term goals. When you do that, your long-term goals will tell you what level of authority you will use for each category, and what amount of fire and air you will use, what amount of passion, what degree or percentage of drive you will use, and the degree and percentage of communication you will combine to make your life purpose even more concrete. After that, when you do that, you will be completed. You will become 10 of fire. Aries, you have tapped into your Capricorn side of self. When you do that, you see how many abundance that is? You see that pot? That pot of gold? Look at that pot of gold. And it's over the city. You get to show the city. I got it. I got it. And you have the moon. You have your intuition in line with it. Aries, you have become the Capricorn. And everybody knows when you become that Capricorn side of yourself, now you are authority. Now you are that boss. Too much work. Accept help from others. Life is out of balance. Stress-related health issues. Okay. Now that you know that you're an authority figure, now that you know your values and the boundaries that you want to set in motion, you know the abundance is coming to you. Now, your next level is to balance out your work life, your intimate life, your hobbies, your spirituality in order. This will explain why you have that long-term goals. When you do that, then you will know where, at what point in your life, or what part of your life do you really need help with. If you're starting a business, if you're going towards your life purpose, you will start to need mentors, advisors that believe in you and can take your vision to the next level. Find people that are already in the career path that you want to be in, or in that life purpose that you're pursuing, and connect to people that you feel can give you structure in your next direction. Talking to a Capricorn, finding business owners that you connect with in your community, talking to them, asking them what was the steps that they used to be confident in their authority in their lives, and then in their boss aspect themselves. So until we meet again, show that boss of yourself. Alright? You are Aries. You are the leaders. You are the bosses of the now. Until we meet again, I love you. I and we will see you on the other side.